You know what time it is. Time is it? Summertime. It's our vacation. Is it there? Is it shown? It is. Oh my god, it looks so good. Loading our server. Okay. Game supports an autosave feature. Hello, everyone. I don't remember it looking like that last time I turned on the game. So previously on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, a lot happened. We learned about pawnbrokery. We've started discovering who we discovered who Iris's real father, who Iris's father is, or was. We haven't told her that we know this information yet. Susato-san had a summons, or whatever setting out. That makes sense. Hey, paper start. Susato-san is going back to Japan to visit her sick father. Holmes was shot. And the pawnbroker, Mr. Windibanks, got killed in his pawnbrokery. And the suspect is none other than the witness from Case 3, Gina Lestrade, who we know did not do it. First of all, let's get this out of the way. We know. We've been new. This is the hospital. Gotcha. Well, and now we did the investigation. We figured out a bunch of blood stuff, and I did not watch the VOD like I should have to refresh myself. But, you know. Let's just get into it, shall we? Alright. Well, I'll remember. Just give me a minute. I hope you're doing well, Paper Star. Good to see you. Is it behind? Oh, that's right. I did fix chat. Oops. Oh, I knew I forgot something. Thank you. Not that. That is my bad. That is my bad. It should be like this, and then that's how it's supposed to look. Sorry, I did this at like 5 in the morning yesterday, so forgive. Okay, so where is property? There it is. Okay. I can probably go down by about like 200 pixels. No. 625. Move that down. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. I forgot about that. Papa bless. I awoke the following morning. Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. So began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Oh shit! 17th April, 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Such a beautiful building. Hi, Gina. Good morning, Gina. Nice! Nice, I'm glad you finished it. I want to play it so bad, I just don't have Switch right now. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. Oh. So where's your friend then? Sorry? You know, her in the fancy dress. Susato or however say it. I don't know. Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that? Are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. Not as though Miss Susato and I won't meet again. One day. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. The trial today is all we have. Good morning, you two. Good morning, you two. How are you feeling, Ginny? Did you manage to sleep? Meow. Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend's in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Meow. Oh my god, game, calm down. Waggy! Great way to show your support, kitty. Let him have a nose around. What harm can it do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Bruno? Ginny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? The bad news was a weather report? What? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Oh, I was wondering how this was bad. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain's forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train's delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? Innit, Gav? Couldn't give a monkey's reason. Only all good news cancel out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder. See? How do you like that? We'll let them say what they want. See if I care. I can't, because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Runa will show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will? Yes, you will, dude. And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be, "Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder." Isn't that right, Runa? Oh, yes. Let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? Like she was still here. Today's paper has been... Oh, but this is evidence now? We have, like, no evidence. That's the other thing. Good luck then, Rune. Let me look at the evidence we do have. This is it. This doesn't matter. Okay. Pawnbroker's ticket. Gina's representation pictures. I don't see that coming into play unless it does. Blood samples portfolio. That's important. Iris's manuscript. Okay. Pawnbroker's ticket. Coat. Ooh, yeah, that's right. McGilded actually, we're pretty sure McGilded actually did commit that murder. That's not a lot of evidence going into a case 5. Oh my, no, not that button. Good luck then, Bruno. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I have a gun. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Jenny? Well, I was wondering is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up all right? Yes, the operation was a great success, but Hurley still hasn't come around yet. Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment business. Yep, I knew it was going to be Gregson. Oh, right. No Susato-san. And no Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes is never at the trials anyway. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's time then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Runo. Poor Gina. I know. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. Yeah, that and evidence. I learned anything from my great friend and his perpetual wind machine. It's that. Yes, correct. I miss my great friend and his perpetual wind machine. Oh no. April, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. Hey, Barack, how you doing?
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and the defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
Prosecution is ready. The defense is ready.
Lord Van Zeeks.
My lord.
remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the Public Prosecution Service?
It was some 5 years ago, my lord.
Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past?
I was gonna say, I shall leave that to your imagination, my lord.
So, you dealt exclusively in matters concerning the highest echelons of society and government.
Really? I didn't know that either.
If today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder, I confess that I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel.
There are 2 types of person that I cannot abide. Firstly, the wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. He means Mr. McGill did, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Agnes McGill. I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponese. Oh lord. Did he really just say that? Oh my god. He means you now, Bruno. Actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeke's eyes. Is that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people?
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors.
Felicitations, malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. What? What are you doing here? And you? Oh, these are... oh no. Not you. No, you can't do this to me. You can't see my cursor right... Are you joking? I know you, from left to right. No, no, do not know. No, no. I remember this person. We're not doing this right now. This is gonna go crazy, I can tell. What voice did I give him? I can't do John Cleese, but like... This is the least random selection of people on the planet. What the hell? You can't do this. I know they probably didn't want to make new models, but come on. Wait, take a drink. Take a swig. Former lieutenant in the British Army. Former lieutenant in the British Army here, don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Well, hi. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I'm ready for... I can't do this many British accents, so... You're a doctor? I don't understand. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. What could I have? Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. That is an actual terrorist. I don't trust him as my doctor either. Something wrong, Bruno? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. These jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know. So I've been led to believe. I think tells me I'm being duped. Oh, DJ.
Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Pop Windibank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. Look at his eyes. Ugh. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. Yep, that checks out. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner, his report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory, so you'd have to be shorter than the person to do that. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand to the bailiff, please. Autopsy, crime scene photograph. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. I don't like that comma there. I don't think it's supposed to be there. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In the sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. God, wouldn't it be funny if somebody... Wouldn't it be so fucking funny if that stupid thing about digging into the ground so you could get into the sewers happened, but then it wasn't to get into the bank where the Crystal Tower shit is, it was actually... How is the stream quality, by the way? Anyway, it was actually so that they could get into the pawnbrokery and murder this dude. Oh my god. My bitrate is obnoxiously low right now. Lower than it has any right to be, so... Is everything okay? It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say? Isn't that grubby little girl? Anyway. She's one of those filthy drabs that lives in the slums in the East End. Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What's the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell. We can't jump to conclusions here. We can't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Gotcha. My learned Nipponese friend. It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. Prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Gracious. After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. A pitiful pick-purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. What will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence? Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Manzeeks. At once, my lord. Thank you for letting me know, Hipster. The crime scene floor plan. Okay, great. Windibank's revolver. This isn't good. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Runa. I think that's because it has... Oh, good, Iris. Well, he's taking it off already? Yo! Let us begin. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windibank on 16th April of this year.
Who the fuck is that little dude? Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is, baddie. Professional baddie. Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's, same as him. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. Mario and Luigi dressed as Mario and Luigi. That's right, we're what they call. We're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers. There's two of you. What are you looking like me like that for? Don't lump me in with you lot. Or blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going for? It's our elder breath. Lost contact with him we have. So we're scouring every last shady corner of the capital. Then last night we come across you, the very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? He is, Nash, he is. The very spit of him. Spit of him. So we decided then and there, and what we was gonna do. We was gonna call you. Pretty big, rough, sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky skulking, and that's before he's run out of chips. Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias.
What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves are they, these three?
No, my lord, begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. In the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence!
Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize a pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Oh, he's got a little box. It really is Wario.
Order! Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow.
Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question. Happy to. Cause a skulkin's never skulking. Get out of it. I don't know what the hell that was from me. Witness testimony. Right. Illegal entry. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gas door was ajar, see? Why, it was like some kind of sign begging for us to go in, it was. I'm gonna do it. But once we got inside, God blimey lummy, we heard a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never had nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. Oh boy, here we go. Clowns.
A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. Well, who shot Sholmes then, if it wasn't one of these two, huh? The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within only the victim and the accused were found.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case.
It always does, Judge.
Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes. What's the matter, Bruno? Sorry, I'm stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes, which exposed their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Yeah, because they shot Sholmes, dude. How do I, like, prove that? this real quick. I just want to take a look at it. What is this? There's a sensational story lower down the front page as well. Look. Ministry Mole. Ministry Mole? Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice. Anyway, there certainly is their finger on the pulse of world news. About secret communication between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they're being intercepted by a hostile nation. Communications are being intercepted, but how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with three different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Reno? No, of course not. But wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment. Cool. Pawnbroker parishes and big post panda. How awful the toys. Yep. Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post trial, perhaps. X-Planet? What is this? Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's gonna be so great. Probably the same thing, right? Probably gonna come in handy later, so... Alright. Let's press everything. Front door at Windbanks is ajar, you say. What time of night was this? Been about 1. Must have been about 1. Right. Right, Ringo?
Yeah, I'd say so, right, Skorky? Skorky?
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every shop in town.
Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo?
I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside here. What about you, Skorky, me old mucker?
Leave me alone. Definitely was a small lamp, yeah. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused Miss Gina Lestrade already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim. That is pure conjecture. Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened.
Some kind of sign begging for us to go in it was, okay?
Hold it!
What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in?
Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say, don't they, Ringo?
I'm not even gonna try British for this one.
They do, Nash, they do. Must have been some sort of providence, I reckon.
God's will often presents itself as the whim of thieves, does it?
It weren't no whim, I'm dead sure of that. Yeah,
Why, Nash, it weren't like we said at the time.
you don't just find doors like that in the middle of the night or like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it.
It was a sign that our lost brother was inside.
They're not very good liars, are they?
Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke that what looks just like our bruv.
I said, cut it out. Those chips are getting a chopping today. We had a gunshot from the back room. Oh, please tell me more about this, love. A gunshot, you say? Just the one. Are you sure about that?
Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that.
It was, Nash. It was. Ain't that right, bruv?
The firearm we used belonged to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Winterbank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter. Right, I remember. Do you? When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Winterbank always used to say he only kept a single bullet loaded. That's true, I remember him saying that as well.
We can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm that was used as the murder weapon.
Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court. The firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. Wonderful. You were close.
Hold it!
Do you mean the door was locked between the main shop and the storeroom? Oh, Lord. If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom.
Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, nothing much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Eh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I would think.
Oh, well, your turn to rabbit, Ringo. Sure, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. They would flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen have the latter inclination, my learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is up to the moment. Alright, somehow just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsel. So I believe we all understand that the door is locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
We never done... okay.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
Well, it was Bedlam's. And it was Bedlam soon as, weren't it? It was not.
It was, Nash. It was. Didn't even have time to pull me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
There's no time to take your hands out of your pockets. You just left nice and quietly, you say?
That's right, Governor. Nothing we hate more than violence. Real peace-loving nibbers we are, not bludgers.
We are, Natch. We are. Never even pulled me dukes out of me Lucy lockets.
So you'd clearly like us to believe. Yeah? Come again? I knew this was the answer, but like, I wanted to see what else said. As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say?
Ah!
Blimey, Governor.
Blimey, Governor.
You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway.
Oh. It was?
Why the bleeding
order. Didn't you mention that before?
I don't know which one is which. You were armed with a gun, and as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? Did hear that, actually. There was a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale. On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. The suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court will hold this weapon as evidence.
Vulcan Brothers gun. Okay, we gotta watch that now. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial. Well, I don't need evidence, because I was there. However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. Yeah, that's a really weak one. Oh my god, that was bad. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. And these two fired that gun before they left Windibanks that night. Well, there was a gunshot in the calendar. It's right here. I think this better be it.
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio.
What on earth have you there, Counsel?
During the course of investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
And you claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein?
Yes, my lord.
No more dallying then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio?
It's this one.
Take that!
What is that? Explain.
It's a photographic print taken at Windibank's pawnbroker on the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there.
Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. Using them, we can determine which gun the bullet was fired from. Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windibank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
Incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, but then this indicates a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been sent to the 16th.
That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes that this is credible evidence the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night.
Yeah. Wah.
Order. How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zieks?
I want some, dude. That is the direction my learned friend wishes to take. The prosecution has no objection. What? But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. So this is Nash, and this is the one on the right is Ringo. Okay.
Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup.
We have a deal. You weren't gonna get into the details. Tell him, Sarky. Set the broke straight.
I'm not mad. So he knew, did he? Van Zieks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
What fact do you refer, Lord Van Zieks?
Well, I was just thinking of Ringo Starr, so... Please tell me. I would love to know.
As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes,
then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim.
Ah.
In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windibank at all. So that's it. Oh, Nashi is Japanese for pear. Ringo is Japanese for apple. Okay, got it. Oh, they do kind of look like fruits. Yeah, not that kind.
That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it.
we didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget, attempted murder. Quite a catalog, eh, fellas?
Ah, we're in for it now, bruv.
Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It would seem that the man patronized the pawnbrokers in question somewhat regularly. Where's he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery. Eccentric? Says who? Not me. Don't give me that look. No, sir. Not me. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, Counsel? It has the appearance of a photographic contraption.
As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained photographs taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious and identical prints are produced in quite a desultory fashion.
Rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, their respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras produce a print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera. That's a bit of friar tuck, eh, bro? Lady Luck loves a skunk.
Lady Luck loves a skunk. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin?
Am I getting too loud, by the way? Because I know when I, raise my voice at Van Zeeks, it goes into the red, and I want to make sure I'm not destroying your ears.
Must have been just after 1, right, bro? Must have been, Dash. Must have been. Yeah, just gone 1.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Okay, cool. Let us examine the evidence. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What? Oh, come on. This is like a liar, liar. Oh, come on moment.
Good lord. It's the defendant. It's Gina Lestrade.
Cool, thanks, Pipster. As the court can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter, no doubt coercing the proprietor to open the door to his storeroom.
Quite. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence if you please. So,
You have got to be kidding. Ugh, he's right. I don't believe it, Ginny. In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Windibank. Ah, no, don't shoot me. I say. Oh, right. Is that the jury? Yep. Wonder if I might put in a word at this point. Go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
go ahead, Mr. Foreman.
Took a volley bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield.
Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? Carried on the battle after retirement, you see, battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading the small squadron, 6 men, all good and true.
And we'll all go down together. You mark my words. One for all and all for one. And I have to remember what he sounds like. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury have reached agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? In a manner of speaking, yes. That is the Garradam Squadron's position, sir. What? No, it's 16 to make it. Status report for the court, men, on the double. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too. I think you'll find the truth as clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't, but in all honesty, I can actually remember.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky.
Very well.
I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leaning in this matter. Announce your considered verdicts to the court.
Guilty.
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 I forget all of their voices already. Time for a summation examination.
It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already.
That photograph must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Jenny didn't shoot him. Of course not. My lord, the defense refuses to assert its right to a summation examination.
Right on cue. Very well, the court grants permission.
Yes, he did, and I didn't. It didn't even register to me that that's what happened. So you refuse to admit defeat again? How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir.
Always ready for action, my chaps.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what ground you've determined the defendant to be guilty.
All the evidence clearly points the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketeer. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I've left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now.
Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In motherland, we say never judge by claws, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. I'm so glad I get to know another terrible Russian accent.
The circumstance of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this print.
Take it from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the bally trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear, Hurley's camera's supposed to help, not hinder. Oh dear, Hurley's camera's supposed to help, not hinder.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
Dana didn't shoot Mr. Windibank. Which means there's more to the situation that we've yet to see. Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Look at me over there. Alright, press time.
Hold it!
You're Mr. Natsume's landlord, Mr. Garradam, aren't you? We really must stop meeting like this.
Ah, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books.
Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your lean to not guilty or anything. Oh my god.
Can't be denied, I suppose. curse, the Garden House was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out and I couldn't get a bally soul to pick up the tenancies. Oh, haven't had the heart to break the news to old Jonies yet. Bad enough the old girl's clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. We did do rather a lot, but not for us, that's for dash certain.
I suppose not.
Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I lean towards guilty here, obviously.
Obviously, but honestly, I really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. Oh my god. It's funny. I'm glad I read that. Polishing the bench, I see, again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to market for his lordship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pick-pursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps? Let me be plain. Yeah, we really did, huh? If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve these important goals. You're referring to Mr. Sherlock Holmes? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rance magazine in between my duties. He does wonders cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes, a maid? I'd like to see it. Femboy Sholmes, Femboy Sholmes, Femboy Sholmes. It's really quite unforgivable. The scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest. Minor detail, it was the two brothers from the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the... Minor detail indeed, they're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it might just be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes, alright, I shall amend my statement. Okay, but we're not... We have to press this thing. I'm gonna press this thing. Okay. I agree with you. The shooting of Mr. Schultz is an unforgivable act. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Windibank. I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir. Sorry? Whether it was the thieves, the pick-pass. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We've still got to trash short the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated, in my considered opinion. Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind is not going to be easy. True now, it was one of those two brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it? Yes, without question. Well then, I'll never forgive them. Oh, Iris. Perhaps we can use this maid's statement to help us somehow, do you think? Yes, maybe. Let's listen carefully to what each juror has to say first. I think you'll find if you look at that photograph stereo, the truth will pop out.
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't, you know? Oh no. If you look at the photograph in print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket girl is about to shoot the victim, obviously. But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. All I'm saying is that if you look in the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Ooh, how did you know? It's called a lucky guess. Never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's ordinary, it's captivating, it's the height of modernity. Of course. Oh yes, I think you'll find the stereoscope is here to stay, giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world's ever seen. You're giving me a new perspective on this case, and I agree with you. Oh god, you.
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You talking about having left something somewhere or something like that?
So sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon.
That's terrifying. I didn't realize. I knew it was a doctor. Oh my god. I know, right? Agena pointed the smoke grenade gun and said, this gets worse though. He's a surgeon. He's not just some kind of doctor. Not any kind of doctor. Surgeon? That totally passed me by.
People conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no.
Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science. The real brains in the field. So what is it you think you've left behind?
Oh well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. I was operating on someone yesterday.
You operated on Sholmes, didn't you?
to him. When I finished procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? It's worrying, isn't it? That's what's so troubling this whole time. I believe the rescue. That's belly. Oh no. No, of course I couldn't. So there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it. The other is manslaughter. Exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but soon up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've set up elsewhere. No, I'm sure I made it. I'm sure you need to be more. Oh my, no way. She's learning Morse code. Sorry, radio transmission. What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with the Far Eastern nations used to take place by mail. Royal Mail streamers take more than a month to complete the journey. Ah, but now we have the electric telegraph, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles have been laid along the ocean beds connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed. Makes my heart hit just thinking about it. You are well informed. You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. And just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is the future. Stop. Messages carried over airways to the four corners of the globe. Stop. It's not been great. Stop. Electricity electric. Stop. Right. Try not to wear epic fingers. Oh my god. She ain't wrong. People say image like stereoscope. What other pitfall? Yeah, can't. This ought to be good. This ought to be good.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Oh god, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, four corners of the globe. Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Oh my god, it's Rolly Beats theme again. I miss him. His wife was cute. What? You have something to say about your number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on. There. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think he just might be, yes. You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to be photographed in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know. Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene for example. If you have a pair of photographs from a crime scene that could view through a stereoscope, could reveal hidden clues you never even noticed before. What? Have you got any, Runa? Yes, I do, actually.
Take that!
Alright, juror number 3. You're saying you can do this with my photographic print? Of course I can. Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print, and I'll make sure. Oh, did I jump the gun? What else is... I think I've jumped the gun. Yeah, I screwed up. Alright.
Okay, I was supposed to. I killed fine. I skipped all that dialogue because I thought it was wrong. And, get things back on track. Alright.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not Villain Bolshevik, the Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary? Ah, I believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor? As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. Be treated like a vicious criminal all the time. It is very painful. People do not realize. I have much sympathies for these brothers. People say they're criminals only because of how they look. The Skulkin brothers? Maybe they went inside pawnbroker shop, but they've done nothing wrong. That's all I want to say. The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong. Alright, first of all, that's a little... Okay. Tell me something, Iris. What is it right now? There's a random and left. Yep. Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting on them who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? I wish I knew. But we know that Ginny would never shoot anyone. Yes, we need to find out. Yep. I understand the game, I understand.
Objection!
These two stay. Yeah.
Good lord, counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my statement contradictory.
Contradiction.
You're number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick, I have mouse.
As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. ABD.
Sir?
Sorry, my English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear?
Forgive me, I did not hear. Ugh. Ah, here's word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker.
Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we never done nothing, but truth is, they shot detective. This is double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong, especially when lie is said by a person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means, when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is that true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Stop abusing that mouse.
Enough, I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault though, sir. I must see with own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. Afraid that won't be fun. Yes, it is, Renato, easily. Sorry. With the prints from Harley's right-handed recorder. If you compare the prints that pictures Ginny and the next print from half an hour later, you'll see straight away that anything was taken or not. Huey, Mr. Prosecutor.
What? Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times.
The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour later after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then, as far as I can tell. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. It does seem to be the case. Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. So, the brothers who looked like criminals on lie. They shot men, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I had not understood the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it's very important to continue the threat. That was easy. Yay, well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If we can do that, we might just...
Thank you, Counsel. Continue. Kindly hand that new photographic print to the bailiff who calls out. Okay.
Finally. In the lake of lies are many dead fish we must find. Therefore, I say not guilty, burn.
Hold it! Take that! Take that!
Don't make me do this myself. I can't cross my eyes very well. Yes, I see. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer, do you know how stereographic images work? You understand the principle? Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in positions of some objects. Then when your brain merges the two images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were death. Oh. Yes, exactly. It's that small shift between sight and objects in the two pictures that's really important. What happens if you use two photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally anyway. Oh, of course, now I see. I think the young girl has discovered the secret. I have. You want to cross your eyes before you tell me? I have enough of these two pictures from Harley's camera, Bruno. Go on. Oh, don't make me... No. Of course there's two people in the first, but no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now... I have to think. Okay, cool. Oh good, a portable stereoscope. Alright, come on. And why don't we try these things help little aid now? Here goes. What's going on in these two pictures? Things the counter just sort of jump out at you. Dan Zeke's with the little portable stereoscope because he doesn't want to close his eyes. Oh my god, that's funny. Yes, that's it, you see. That's the other amazing power of stereoscopes. Other amazing power? I'm going to explain this black magic, eh? I can't believe they just let you skip that. If you can't cross your eyes. Please, God. Wait, so that was... If I had said the other option, it would have been a puzzle? Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's incredible. I'm so happy that I picked the right option for me. Oh, do some of the things in the camera seem to jump out at you like that. I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of the stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles? Basic principles of the stereoscope? As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's the slight shift in the positions of certain objects to let you see the pictures three-dimensionally. So that means they were moved? In other words, yeah. Even though at first glance it seems like the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures. Just actually, there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been. What does that mean?
Hold fire there, sir. What a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-eyed business now, I'd say. Why the devil did this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? What's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
What? Me? I had the first idea. You know, Bruno, it's quite simple. If it is. Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 AM. Then 30 minutes later. Oh yeah, you can see it actually. You can see it move. The position of some of the items on the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. That means at some time in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with the things on the counter.
Sukas.
What does that even mean? Someone tampered. New information. Stop. Not mentioned in testimony so far. Stop. Yes, we've had to go in circles a little here, but it seems I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in the summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
Are you suggesting you might know?
Of course. Wait, we can? I know this? I do? I also forgot about Eggert Benedict. Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Was it Mr. Windibank?
Take that!
Like, clearly it was the work of this. Oh no, it was not. It was not him. Okay. Was it Gina?
Take that!
Nope, was not Gina. Okay. Hold on, let me look at the court record real quick. I just need to. Okay, hold on, I gotta think about this real quick. I don't have the faintest idea right now. This is me smooth braining, as it were. Don't worry about that. Was it one of these two? I guess.
Take that!
Oh, it was one of these two. Oh, I figured it wasn't them because I couldn't tell which one of them it would have been. I didn't think that both of them might have worked. There was a witnesses currently saying the Skulkin brothers. Wait, this does not agree with what Laura said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy Lockets. My phrasebook says dukes is meaning hands. Lucy Lockets is meaning pockets. But is this another lie? Is this what you are saying? Yes, I'm afraid so. Now hold on there a minute, you can't be sure of that. I quite agree. The accused is a common pick class after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely. Why exactly? As you can see from this photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated, that she was coercing Mr. Windibank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not in the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. The accused is a pick purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pick purse. I believe these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the ground that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Well said. Oh, well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from that shady pair. Oh, thank God he got to do it again. No, but like thieves break and enter. I think that's what they're going for. I think thieves in this sense means burglars, and pickpocket is like a pickpocket. But I think there's a bit of conflation going on. Can y'all see now? I think you'll find stereoscopes aren't playthings. You've seen their extraordinary potential firsthand. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Will return home via Regent Street. Stop.
Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations by the mighty scales of justice. Hereby call this summation examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. You lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is without consensus, and I order this trial to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way. What?
Girl.
You should hold on to this for— oh no. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely. But alright. I want to do more of that. That sounds awful.
Lord Van Seeks, you will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. Won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities last night at least, and I won't stop probing them until I've proven Gina is innocent. I don't want to probe either of them, actually. They don't know. They're gross looking. Wow, okay. I think I will take just a little break, not a very long one. Use the restroom and things like that. You know. So I want to make sure that I'm not completely straining my voice. So, you know, that's how that's going to be, I guess. I'll take like a quick, maybe like a 5 or something, you know, do what I need to do, and then we'll come back and we'll get the